Hey, this is Sean Sanders. Thank you so much for clicking onto my channel. So hit that like button, subscribe, and tell a friend about me. Just in case you didn't know, you can find me on other social media platforms. You can find me on Periscope. You can find me on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram. Same name, keeping it simple. So I am sitting in my garage because it is 11:40 at night, and I just got back from my date night in Chicago, saw Toni Braxton in concert. So I wanted to give you my concert review, and let you know how it went. So for all of you who do not know, Toni Braxton was sick. She has lupus, and she was sick. Sorry, I'm holding it by hand. She was sick and was in the hospital for 4 days. And then I'm like, okay, let's see if she'll perform. And then found out that she was hospitalized in Cleveland from complications of lupus. And I was like, oh my gosh, are we going to be, going to see her? So I went on to her social media. I went to her Facebook page, and she says, yes, I'm out of the hospital. I am headed to Chicago. So, I was excited because I'm like, great. I was kind of having a plan B if we weren't going to go see her tonight. But she did post on Twitter 2 hours before the show that she was in Chicago. So I was excited. I've never seen Toni Braxton perform live. I was really excited about it. And let me just say, Joe opened. So there was a lot of good eye candy for the ladies. And Joe did an amazing performance. He delivered, and he was on stage for an hour. He sung all the songs. I didn't realize how many songs I knew of Joe. But he was really, really good, and looked good. And as I told my friend, when I saw him on stage, I just thought, man, he probably really smells good too. He just looked from head to toe that he smelled really, really good. So then there was this long break, and I think it was at least 20 minutes, which I don't think that's good for an artist. You have a performer that comes on stage and warms up the crowd, and then there's this dead time, and people were getting sleepy. I mean, it's I would say it's a school night. Most of us have to go to work in the morning, and there's this long break. But she comes on stage, and I will say I give the concert, I give it a C+. It was very evident that she probably should have taken more time off and reschedule the show, only because I know from watching Braxton Family Values, she really likes audience participation, but there's a fine line between audience participation and us singing. I didn't pay good tickets to have a sing along. Let's put it that way. She started out with a lot of audience participation where, the audience is singing and she's got the mic out, and then she would sing a couple of words, and then I don't really like that as a paying person. I don't really like that. So that kind of turned me off a little bit. She sang all the good songs, though. Everything we know. I knew all the songs except that last one that she did with Babyface. I didn't know. I know the one that they won a Grammy on, and then the one where she did on piano about I hope your next person makes you cry. I hope you get a disease and all that. I remember that song from the show, from the reality show. She was doing a little bit of a medley of that. So she looked beautiful. Her dress was amazing. She changed into another outfit and I didn't like it. But she had this beautiful silver dress and the shoes were amazing. And, she looked good, but, everybody that follows Toni Braxton knows that the lupus, her condition of lupus affects her heart. So her energy is not there. Now, I will say this, and my husband, he said he doesn't want to see her again, but I would pay to see her again just to see what her performance would be working on all cylinders. And I say this because she was a trooper, her voice overall was good. Like I said, she didn't have energy in the beginning. She finished strong. And I mean, the first song she came out with was Unbreak My Heart. That's how she opened the song with Unbreak My Heart. And then she talked in between. And I didn't know this. Maybe I'm late to the game, but a little known fact. And she sang Anita Baker. And she says that she owes her career to Anita Baker because at the time, and I didn't know this, at the time when the Boomerang soundtrack came out, those songs were actually songs that Anita Baker was supposed to sing. But at the time, Anita Baker was pregnant. And so Anita Baker said, what about that one girl, that Toni Braxton girl? She's good. She sounds good. And so Anita Baker recommended Toni Braxton to Babyface, and the rest is history. Had no idea. I had no idea. So that was good. So she said that she owes her career to her, and I guess so, because definitely those songs put her on the map. So towards the end, she was saying how she was sick and she really didn't want to miss coming to Chicago, and she says, I'm a little off on my, my vocals are a little off, a little sharp. And I didn't think they were a little off. I just thought that she was conserving her energy and not singing full on like she would probably do if she had all her energy. And then everybody just, people was just yelling out, "We love you, Toni." And then she just broke down crying. Oh, woo, woo, woo. So, it was that cry where she put both of her hands in front of her face, like overwhelmed with emotion. And so, as a performer, I understand. I mean, on a small scale, I was in church this morning and I have been fighting a cold. And, I totally wanted to tell my pastor I didn't want to sing this morning. So I understand what that's like to have people have an expectation for you to perform and you don't want to let people down. So, I mean, she said that she said, tonight's not my best night, but it's definitely not my worst. And I would say, yes, I don't know what your best night is other than what I've seen you on TV when you perform, but I would love to see her again when her health is a bit more stable. I mean, bravo to her. I mean, to come out of 4 days in the hospital 2 weeks ago, then you hospitalize another night before coming and performing. And she did a full performance. So I give it a C+, but Joe was awesome. So if you have an opportunity to see Joe, definitely see Joe. My husband wants to go see Mary J. Blige and Maxwell. They're going to be performing at the United Center in Chicago. So if you have seen either one of them recently, not in the 90s or early 2000s, but if you've seen either one of them recently, let me know in the comments if that's a good recommendation. Should we spend the money and go? I'll do another concert review. So I guess I got a little segment going on because, like I said, we want to see artists that we don't want to put it off, and we want to just go see artists, and we can because now our kids are older, so we can, do that. So that's it. It's late. It's way past my bedtime, but I just wanted to get that review out while it's still fresh in my mind. Take care of yourself and each other, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.